Welcome to Stories Catcher, where kindness always wins. It was a quiet night in the little town of Willowbrook. The stars sparkled like tiny lanterns, and the wind whispered softly through the curtains. Lila lay awake in her bed, hugging her pillow. Tomorrow was her school play, and she was supposed to sing, but her voice trembled even when she practiced alone. "I'll forget the words," she whispered to herself. "I'm not brave like the others." Just then, something glimmered at her window, a golden sparkle that danced like laughter. With a whoosh of stardust, Tinkerbell zipped inside, her light filling the room. "Peter," she chimed, and there he was, Peter Pan, standing proudly on the windowsill, smiling his mischievous smile. "Why so gloomy, Lila?" he asked. "You look like you lost your shadow." You're real?" "Of course I am." Peter grinned. "And I came because Neverland needs your help." "Me?" Lila sat up, wide-eyed. "But I'm just a girl. Just a girl who forgot how brave she really is. Come on, we've got a star to save." Before she could say another word, Tinkerbell sprinkled pixie dust over her. Lila gasped as her toes lifted off the bed. She was flying. Up, up into the sky they soared, through clouds and moonlight, until the stars grew bright around them. Below, Neverland shimmered like a dream. Jungles glowing, rivers shining silver, mermaids waving from the waves. But Peter's face turned serious. "Something's wrong," he said softly. "The star of belief is fading, and without it, Neverland loses its magic." They flew to a cliff where a faint light flickered in the grass. The star, once shining gold, now pulsed weakly, like a candle in the wind. Lila knelt beside it. "It looks sad," she whispered. "It's losing its glow," Peter said quietly. "Because too many children stop believing in magic and in themselves." Lila's heart squeezed. She knew that feeling of doubt, of not being enough. "I want to help," she said softly. Peter smiled. "Then believe you can." Suddenly, a dark shadow swept across the moon. It was Captain Hook's ship, creaking through the clouds. "Peter Pan!" Hook's voice thundered. "Hand over that star." Peter spun his dagger playfully. "Never!" The wind howled, and the ship's rope ladder swung low. The star of belief rolled toward the edge of the cliff and fell into the darkness below. Without thinking, Lila jumped after it. Down she plunged, wind rushing past her ears until, splash! She landed in a pool at the bottom of the ravine. The star glimmered faintly beside her, trapped beneath a branch. Her arms trembled as she reached for it. I can't," she whispered. Then she remembered Peter's words. "Believe you can." Lila took a deep breath. "I can." She pulled with all her strength. The branch cracked, and the star burst free, glowing brighter and brighter until the whole forest shimmered with golden light. Up above, Hook shouted in fright as the magic pushed his ship away. Peter cheered, looping through the air, and Tinkerbell spun glowing circles of joy. When Peter helped Lila back to the cliff, the star of belief floated higher, lighting up the sky again. Neverland bloomed with color, laughter echoing, waterfalls sparkling, and faith restored. Peter turned to Lila and said, "See, the magic isn't in the star, it's in you." Lila smiled shyly. I believe that now." "Good," Peter grinned. "Because tomorrow you'll shine just as bright." Tinkerbell twinkled in agreement, sprinkling one last bit of pixie dust. And before Lila could blink, she was back in her cozy bed, the first morning sun touching her cheek. Her heart felt light, her fears smaller. When the curtain rose at her school play, she stood tall and sang with all her heart. In the crowd, she almost thought she saw a tiny sparkle, a wink of starlight, and a voice whispering, "Believe, Lila. That's the truest magic. Believing in yourself makes the impossible possible. That's the magic that never fades."